Hello and welcome to my blogcast. My name is Brenda Marie and I call it blogcast because it's a mixture between a blog and a podcast. I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm just sharing reflections I have about life. And usually it comes from a very passionate place in my heart because of something that happened that made me think about it. Um, or even difficult situations that made me think about these things, or happy situations that made me reflect. So it comes from my own personal truth, and I hope it helps you in some way or another. And thank you so much for listening. So, this is called Is Life Hard or Easy? How changing your point of view can lead to more satisfaction and achievement. And sometimes, to be honest, I have to tell these things to myself, but it works. A reflection on the contradictory ideas about that we have about life. So this is what this is about. The other day I was going about my day, taking care of my business, and my attention was on production, etc. I suddenly had the idea that life was actually easy. In fact, a very wise friend of mine once told me that life is actually easy if you think about it. And as I was in action that day, literally moving, I feel that just being able to move and make things happen puts you above your own thinking, on a very high level of understanding, above thought. And I was realizing how easy life was. It was a matter of repeating simple things that would produce a certain effect or a real product. It wasn't this ball of confusion that I can't do anything about. It wasn't a bunch of complicated things that I had to do. It was just the simple things that were necessary. But why does it feel so hard sometimes? Really? In fact, I've heard many times throughout my life how hard life is, and it feels like that sometimes. I've heard it in plays, conversations, in podcasts, in popular sayings. It's like we're surrounded by how hard life is. So, how hard is it? Because there are so many problems we face as individuals, as humanity, as part of a group. So, it wouldn't make so much sense to think that life is easy at a first glance. We are a product of our thoughts. So listen, I'm just sharing what my reality is, right? This may or may not make sense to you, but I still want to share something. Basically, I believe that if you think life is difficult, it will be. If you think life is hard, it will be. So we have to be careful about what we consider life to be. It is a deliberative thought about how you construct your existence. You are building your life and shaping it with every thought, past or present. Life is a simple decision. There's also the fact that we have all decisions that are still affecting us, but you can always uh, delete that and create your life now, or end that cycle. Like, it's done, it didn't happen, now I'm going to create. Even if it's the same goal, I'm going to create it now, right? So you can always create your life now. Every moment is an opportunity to start over, to do it again, try it again. But try it in the present, not in the past, right? It doesn't have to be hard. It can be as simple as doing what you're doing right now. Enjoy the present. So that idea, I think, is very powerful. It starts with a thought, as light as it is powerful, as a lightning bolt that changes everything instantly, but smoothly. Now, there's another factor. It is that I get what I wish for. And maybe if I find myself too bored with life being too simple, isn't there a possibility that I might decide to make it a little bit more complex just to have fun and show how capable and competent I am to solve all these complications? So, this is a very personal thing, and there is something super duper important I want to state. Something that I've learned over the years and also pointed out to me by another wise friend. It is that level of complexity, difficulty, etc., that I can have, that I must decide for myself. Meaning, I have to find what is my game, what kind of game I want to play, how complicated I want it. Because I don't want to play the game that somebody else wants me to play. I want to play my own game. What is my level of excitement, or of how much can I handle? How complicated can I handle, right? So, yeah, it is that level of complexity, difficulty, etc., that I can have, that I must decide for myself. the one that I can have? What can I handle? What do I want to make life more interesting for me? Because indeed, life is a game, and yes, we share the playing field or arena, but we also have our own game, and we can choose what level of complexity is fun and cool for us. It's a very personal decision, so don't let anyone tell you how much you can handle. Be your own judge, and yes, be inspired by the greatness and the action levels of others, but choose for yourself how much you want to do, how complex you want to make your existence, or how complicated you want your game to be. Don't concede that decision to anyone else. You are in control of your creation, and your greatest creation in your life is your own life. So, is it easy or hard? I don't know. You know. I think the essence of life is easiness, if that's even a word, but we decide how we conduct ourselves and how much fun is fun for us. And even when life is complicated, it comes down to simple actions we must do. So enjoy each one. Observe the moment, the people, the creation. You are, after all, creating your existence. So have fun, paint a great picture. And remember, in the face of complexity, is there a part that you are deciding on a thought level about that situation? Could it be a bit of your creativity to live in your life? If so, then enjoy the thrill of juggling things and making all that mess come together. Work, do every little thing until you achieve the big goal. Maybe it's making phone calls to get your potential customers to say yes to your product. Maybe it's looking your best and going on a date with a potential romantic partner. Maybe it's doing all the steps on a recipe to surprise a loved one or a friend. But whatever it is, persist in those simple steps and enjoy the energy and the excitement because that's life. Feel free to leave me your thoughts or questions in the comments. And I love reading you and feel nurtured by all the comments you leave me. I hope this helps make life a little bit more fun and more interesting. Take care.